Welcome back to Dheya Coaching Academy presents Career Guidance Series, The Journey Towards My Dheya. Today we have with us a young physiotherapist who is working with two orthopedic doctors and is also freelancing, Dr. Ayushi Lalwani. Hello Ayushi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Revati?
I'm good. So how did you choose?
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, thank you so much. Ayushi, how did you choose to get into this physiotherapy career?
So, when I was in 8th standard, I always wanted to become a doctor. I was very clear in my head that post my 12th, I'll have to. I'm going to go in. I'm going to take a science field and then do something related to the doctor field.
Okay.
So that's how. I was very focused, and that's how I got into physiotherapy.
Right. What was your schedule as a college student?
I was in Sancheti. I got admission into Sancheti. It's a private institute. Since private institutes are a little strict, you cannot bunk. You have those attendance that you need to, 80% of attendance you need to compulsorily get. So my college days were very good. I mean, Sancheti is the best college of physiotherapy in Pune.
Right.
So if someone wants to pursue physiotherapy, I would recommend Sancheti. And my college days were, we have an internship program. So every day, 3 hours, we have to work in an hospital.
Okay.
So, and then it was followed by lectures.
Okay.
So our schedule was like this Monday to Saturday.
Okay. What is the exact exam structure for physiotherapy?
So we have to give our 10th, then 11, 12 science compulsory. Because we have to take physics, chemistry, and biology.
Okay.
And then after that, after 12th, we have CET exams. So when I gave my exam, it was only Maharashtra CET or then associate CET. But now the format has been changed, and you need to give NEET also now.
Okay. And
so depending on the marks.
Right. And what are the career opportunities that are available in this field?
So physiotherapy is a very upcoming field, and nowadays people are getting a little aware about the importance of exercise also. Initially, when I passed out, it was not the same, but now people are getting aware about the importance of exercise and the pros and cons of it also. So now, if you go to see, it's very good. If you take up physiotherapy, you also have a master course. So if you want to study further and just specialize in a particular subject, like a field, like musculoskeletal or cardiorespiratory, you can also do that. So that's again a 3-year course.
Okay. Ayushi, what do you think is better, working abroad or working in India in this field?
So both have their disadvantages and advantages.
Right.
In abroad, it's like very focused. People go to the physiotherapist first if they have any particular joint pain.
Right.
Whereas in India, they prefer going to an orthopedic doctor first. Take medicines for a few days, like 5 to 10 days, how much ever days the doctor prescribes them. And then if the pain doesn't subside, they come to a physiotherapist.
Right.
Which is in a way bad, because then the pain increases a lot, and the patient comes to us with tremendous pain, like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the maximum. So the pain is 10 on 10, and then the patient comes to us. So we take really efforts for the pain to reduce first, and then we start exercising.
Right.
So it takes a lot of time, and then the patient gets really frustrated that my pain is not reducing.
Right, absolutely.
So both have their disadvantages and advantages. But if you are looking for money point of view, then there it's like much better than what it is in India.
What are your plans? Are you going to go abroad and continue with your field?
No, I was very clear in my head that I don't want to go abroad.
Right.
So that is the reason why I didn't even do my masters.
Okay.
I did these short courses to keep myself updated. And I plan to settle here only and continue here only.
Right. With this COVID scenario right now, how important is physiotherapy for these patients?
So if you go to see in COVID, your main symptom is dry cough. So physiotherapy is very important when it comes to the cardiorespiratory part of it. So in that, we give patients a lot of chest expansion exercises, which helps increasing their oxygen level, which is the most important part in COVID patients, because your oxygen level should not drop beyond 95, below 95. So physiotherapy in COVID patients is very important because it helps in increasing your lung capacity, and it also increases your like stamina. So there's a lot of fatigue, weakness in such patients. So with exercise, we help the patients get back to their normal routine as well.
Okay, absolutely. And you people are warriors in this kind of situation. Hats off to you people. Tremendously 24/7 you're working.
Yes, it's been a very hectic schedule.
Yeah, I know. And thank you so much that today you could spare so much time for us. In the morning also you were having your online patients. So thanks a lot, Ayushi,
Yes.
spare your time. Ayushi,
Thank you.
Yes. This physiotherapy traditional pattern has changed. Like first, the patients used to come to you. Now it is becoming online or virtually you're training them. So how has this pattern changed in your schedule?
So actually online gets a little difficult. I mean, it's a little challenging also because you can't really see your patient in front of you. And to rectify the mistakes, it's a little challenging. But then nowadays, since technology is increased so much, and patients are also aware of how they have to use. So it's becoming little easy. And plus we demonstrate each exercise, so it becomes a little easier for them. But when the patient comes to the clinic, it's always better because we get to see the patient, we get to see the pain, the exact location, and we can treat the patient better. But then now in this scenario, we have, if the patient is an outstation patient, we have to take it online. But patients are recovering, so that's a good thing.
Right. But because of this online schedule that you have, first you used to work say from 9 to 8, but now you're 24/7 working.
Yes.
So how do you manage this schedule? You yourself get tired or you yourself have a hectic schedule. So how do you balance your personal as well as professional life in such situation?
So actually it's not very tedious job because patients are from abroad as well. So the timing only for those patients it's a little hectic because then we need to manage their timing with the Indian timing. Otherwise it's very flexible, so I can manage my personal and professional life very easily and comfortably.
Right. Ayushi, you're also working under orthopedic doctors and you're freelancing. Which do you think is a better option, working under somebody or starting your own practice?
No, I personally feel working under someone is always better because, as I said, in India, it's still an upcoming field. People are still not that much aware about it. So if you work under an orthopedic doctor, so I mean, the doctor is going to suggest physiotherapy if the patient is not recovering with medicine. So then the patient takes it from you. Whereas when you're freelancing or when you have your own clinic, your contacts need to be very strong enough. Like you need to have tremendous contacts. So if that's not the case, and if you're not excelling in what you're doing, then the patient doesn't come to you directly at your clinic. Whereas when you're working under an orthopedic doctor, it's always better because he refers patients to you. And that's how even you can build your contact, and plus the patient is also getting treated.
Right. In this building of contacts, in your profession, you're not allowed to solicit clients or advertise. So how do you manage to get so many clients? You, as we know, have a very amiable and jovial nature. So does this help a lot?
Yes, it does. Because when you treat your patients with a smiling face, half their pain
vanishes.
Just reduces then and there. Yes, correct. So it's very important to be very patient in our field, because if we ourselves get very irritated with the patient, then we won't be able to treat the patient properly. So that smiling face and just listen to what the patient needs to say. So that communication needs to be very proper in our field. It should be both ways. So even you should be able to explain what you're trying from the patient, what you want from the patient, and what the patient wants to tell you is both ways very important. And like I said, it's very important to gain, so that the pain reduction should be the most important criteria. Once that is there, then the patient gains trust in you. Yeah, okay, then she's able to do it. So then word of mouth is the most important way of building contact from in our field.
Right.
So if one patient gets treated better, he will refer your name to the other patient or his relative. So that's how you can build your contacts in this field.
Right. Absolutely. Ayushi, as a female doctor, is it difficult to enter into the market?
No, in fact, in physiotherapy, females, if you go to see, there are more number of females than males.
Okay.
Because one reason being that the income that we get is that what we earn is not it's not satisfactory. So and females is always better in our field, because then when you get a lady patient, we need to expose few parts. So the female patient shouldn't get uncomfortable.
Right.
We do have male physiotherapists, but then the female patients are not very comfortable exposing in front of them. So in our field, if you see, there are more female physiotherapists than male physiotherapists. So as a career option, it's always better, because when after you get married, it becomes very flexible. You don't need to give full time to your job. So it's very flexible.
Right. The students who want to pursue physiotherapy, are there some personality changes that they need to make, or certain schedule changes that they need to make if they're looking at this field as a career?
Schedule changes, not really, but personality changes is one, that you need to be very confident in what you're going to do. And two, you need to know Marathi, Hindi, and English.
Right.
So you have to speak fluently, because you never know which patient you're going to get. So all patients don't understand Marathi or they don't understand Hindi. So you need to know these three languages very fluently and correctly. So because in our field, communication is like the most important part.
Absolutely.
So you need to be very confident in what you do. Your hands-on techniques need to be perfect. And what you're communicating to your patient, you yourself should be very confident enough. You should know your theory well. Then it's all easy.
Right. Have you had any experiences with your patients, the patients who don't listen to you absolutely? You give them certain exercises, but they do not do it at all. Then they come cribbing back to you.
Yes. There are many patients like this. But then slowly and gradually they know the importance of it. Because as I said, that all medicines won't reduce your pain. It's the exercise, it's the muscle strength that will help you out in your future. So there are patients who don't listen, then they come back to us. We need to give them a little theoretical knowledge also about it. Why we are telling you to do this, why is it important? And then once they know the importance of it, once they understand, then they are back on their toes.
Right.
So after 2-3 sessions, they get to know it better.
Right. Serving humans is a divine purpose. But are there any obstacles or any hurdles that you have faced in your entire journey till date?
Actually, with me, in my case, not really. So after my 12th also, and after I finished my physiotherapy also, it was very flexible. I got a job immediately. So for me, actually, there was no hurdle that I had to cross. But yes, now when you are into the field, when you are into the market, it is a little difficult, because there are too many physiotherapists.
Right.
So you need to be best at what you do, and that's how you're going to grow. So if you're going to follow what everyone is going to do, then you won't grow. So you need to keep yourself updated with the short courses that are available, and that's how you will excel.
Right. What are your expansion plans career-wise?
So now, as of now, I don't plan to open my own clinic. I want to work the way I'm doing right now. Then in future, most probably I might open my own clinic once I am more confident, and once I build up my contacts more, then gradually I might think of doing that.
Right. Ayushi, besides your career, you are also a great human being. You're a great dancer, as well as you love to play with dogs, and you yourself have a dog, Molly. How is she?
Yes. She's good. Naughty as always.
Right. So can you introduce us to your personal life as such?
So like you said, I love dancing. So whenever I get a 5-10 minutes free time, I make sure I do what I enjoy doing. I mean, physiotherapy is also one thing that I enjoy. Right. But like singing and dancing is one thing I really, as a hobby, I really like. So I make sure I take out time for these activities also. And I do a lot of I do a lot of things for the street dogs as well. So I make sure I feed my dogs on a regular basis. So like I said, physiotherapy is a very flexible field. You get time for your personal and professional life. So that's about it.
Students today, they are not such career oriented as we were. Like in our times when we passed out 10th or we passed out 12th, we had a focused mindset.
Yes.
At least there were some people who did not, but majority of us did have a good mindset that fine, we need to do this or
Correct.
we need to do this as our career. But today the exams have been postponed or cancelled and they do not have the right perspective today. So what do you suggest to them?
I would just suggest that they have to keep at it. Just have a very broad mindset. Don't just stick to one particular thing, because you never know what life puts forward. Right. So just have a broad perspective, and just give your exams well. Online exams are a little, it's just that the student is giving it for the sake of giving it.
Yes, they're cheating.
But then, that's there. But then, like I have my sister who just gave her law exam online just 2 days back. Okay. And so, I mean, when I was talking to her, she said the same thing. That's very boring. I mean, we don't get interest in studying now because everything is online. So I just tell her the same thing, that just keep focus on your studies, focus on what you want to do further in life, and keep. I think the video got paused from.
Yeah. I paused it.
Okay.
Yes.
I still can't see you properly.
Yes, Ayushi.
Yes. So I told my sister the same thing, that just keep focused on what you want to do further in life, and keeping that in mind, just study as much as you can. So that's what I want to tell the rest of the students as well.
Right. Ayushi, what is your dhyaya in life and have you achieved it?
Revati, I can't.
Ayushi, please could you tell us your dhyaya in life and have you achieved it?
Yes, so like I said before, I always wanted to be a doctor, a successful one, yes. Which I think I am now. And so whatever goals I had, so I have slowly achieved them. One goal being I still have to open my own clinic.
Right.
So that focus is still there, and I plan to open that soon.
You will, very soon.
Thank you.
The last question for the day. If a genie had to grant you one wish, what would it be?
Okay. There are many wishes actually, but then I don't know which. Yes, that one. I want that one to come.
Absolutely. Ayushi, thank you so much for spending time with us today. This was a real informative, interactive session. I'm sure many students will have queries related to physiotherapy. Is it okay if I share your contact details or email ID with them?
Yes, definitely. That's absolutely okay.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Ayushi. See you soon. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Revati, for inviting me. Thank you so much.